it's me, Tori, and we're back again with another episode of The Blues Barbie. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm trying to be consistent. So we're here. Like, I'm literally on holiday. I'll try to insert a clip of like what my view is like right now. But I was like, I have to give you guys a filler episode just to talk a bit about, you know, Enzo's first 3 matches, Enzo Maresca, first 3 matches as a Chelsea manager. And just to give you guys a quick recap and just talk about like what I feel have been our strengths and our weaknesses. So yeah, let's do it together. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. You know I'm not really good at this YouTube thing, I can't lie. Yeah, just do all of that if you want to support the channel, support me. And also don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Blues Barbie. Okay, so the way I want to like critique these 3 matches, right? I want to start in chronological order and then go along and just make our, you know, our conversation flow that way. So starting off with Man City, right? Our first game of the season. Obviously we lost 2-0. But I feel like 2-0 was honestly a really harsh scoreline for what it actually was. Like, I feel like we played really well. We made lots of good passes. We got into the final third a lot of times, but like I feel like that was the match where like our finishing really let us down. And at the same time, you know, I'm not going to judge too hard on Man City, because at the end of the day, Man City are 4 times Prem champions. Like, they are not our mates right now, so if we're calling it a spade. And even when Toney spoke about like the match, he even said that like he felt like our finishing let us down, and I highly agree with that. I feel like we could have easily gotten something from the game if 1 or 2 things had gone our way instead. So I don't think it was such a bad performance. You know, the social media outrage after the match was really negative. The performance did not deserve that kind of reaction, if I'm being honest. So only thing I will say is though, like, it really just exposed the levels between, you know, City and Chelsea. Like, City are obviously best team in the Prem, and they didn't get many chances, but when they did, they took them and they finished them. And I also agree, like, on the second goal, that like Sanchez could have done better. And you know, me and Sanchez were not really riding right now, if I'm being honest. But at the same time, hey ho. So yeah. Oh my gosh guys, it's so sunny. So I'm going to have to put on my sunglasses. Should we do the video with sunglasses? I think we're going to try to do it without. Let's see. If I need to put them on, I will tell. But obviously it's like really sunny here, so yeah. Anyways, next game, Servette. Okay, so like if you watched my vlog with the Servette vlog, please go and watch that if you haven't. I basically talked about how I felt like before the game, I knew the game was not going to be this expansive 4-0 where we're just like crushing Servette, because at the end of the day, I saw the lineup and I was like, this lineup is not our strongest lineup. As well as the fact that like it is a Conference League qualifier. It's a qualifier. Like, nobody is trying to get injured in the Conference League. Like, that's the last thing any of our players would want, especially this early in the season. I knew they were going to come a bit more reserved, and they did that. And at the end of the day, like, we won 2-0. So like, it's not a case of that like we played so bad and blah blah blah, like a lot of people were saying. I do think that we could have done some things better in that match. I think Kungu could have been better. I think Mudryk could have been better. I think a lot of people could have been better, honestly. But at the same time, I'm not really going to be judging that, because at the end of the day, it's not the most competitive type of match there is, you know. And we obviously come to Wolves, the match that everybody is like happy about, smiling about. We've all not stopped talking about Wolves, and honestly it's very interesting because after the first half, I was actually on Spaces on X or Twitter, and I was basically talking about how I felt like I wasn't sure if we were going to win this game. Last season we would have never won this game, never. And it's very interesting to see, not interesting, more like it's very hopeful to see the fact that, okay, we don't have the strongest first half, but then we go in at halftime and we're able to change things up, and we're able to bring that more solidity and calmness in the team, and then boom, 6 goals. And then another thing I want to touch on is the fact that like I feel like for the first time in like maybe 2 or 3 years, I'm not worried about the Chelsea attack. Like Palmer doing well, Jackson, he's improving. I'm really impressed with his improvement. And then we also have Pedro Neto and João Felix that have also just come into the squad, but they're also doing really well, also looking really comfortable. And then you also have Noni Madueke, and I'm really proud of him. As much as like I was not one of his strongest believers when he first came to Chelsea, I'm really proud that he has been able to just come into his own and just really improve, which I unfortunately can't say the same of Mudryk. I always thought Mudryk was going to be the Madueke guy, I can't even cap, but like clearly no. We have to have a very strong conversation about Mudryk soon, but that's not for this episode. We're going to talk about that. I was really impressed with the attack, which is why I'm so confused as to why we're still having so many strong links with strikers. Not like confused, but like I think it's just very interesting. Like splashing all of that cash on Osimhen, I've tweeted something about this already. Like splashing all of that cash on Osimhen and, you know, giving him the wages. I don't know if it's necessarily the right thing to do right now, especially with the fact that the team is finally looking like they're like trying to build some momentum, they're trying to build some chemistry. So do we really want to bring in a diva like Osimhen? I admit that he would definitely bang in goals. Like with Osimhen you get goals, but like do we really want to do that? And then you also have Toney, who Toney would honestly be my preferred choice, but at the same time like he would still cost us a good 50 million at least, and he'd want to be a high earner at the club as well. Admittedly, he will definitely be able to provide some competition to Jackson and even teach him, because Toney is a bit older, he's like 27, 28. But at the same time, is it really the right decision to make? I don't know, because I'm really feeling like maybe we should assess our striker position in January instead of now, because I'm starting to feel like maybe the attack isn't as big of a problem as we thought it was. I would feel like it would be if we were like challenging for the title, if we were like Arsenal and we didn't have a, you know, an out and out striker, then fair enough. But the fact that we're just trying to get into top 4, I feel like we might even be able to have more options next summer or January, you know. So I'm not too pressed about signing either of them, I won't even lie. But if we do, cool. If we don't, cool. I'm not like, you know, I'm not pressed for it at all. Like I said, I think Toney would be my preference just because he would fit more in the wage structure more. He already lives in London, so there's not going to be any like downtime or like trying to like figure out anything like that, or like trying to moving to a new place like a lot of players have to experience, you know. He'd also be a bit older than Jackson, so he's going to be able to mentor Jackson, because me personally, I really like Nicholas Jackson. I think he has a future in our squad, and I think that we should keep him for as long as possible. So all we need for him is like a mentor right now, and he should be fine. On to the match tomorrow, because I'm probably going to drop this today, Wednesday. So we're playing Servette tomorrow in Geneva. Thoughts on that? Obviously I'm not going, but I would say honestly just expect a similar performance to what happened last week. I don't think that it would be too much different from that. Obviously the fact that we're playing away, we're gonna have to up the intensity, of course. I don't see us doing too much more than that, to be honest. Guys, sorry, sunglasses have to come on. I don't think it's gonna be another 6-0, another 4-0, anything like that. I think it's going to be another maybe 2-0 if we're feeling maybe 3-0. So yeah, I just hope that we win. I hope that we are able to actually make it to the Conference League. I know a lot of people have been like booing the Conference League, but quite frankly, I've warmed up to it now. I think it would be a really good opportunity for us to win another trophy. There's nothing like winning a trophy when you have a young squad, even if it's a Conference League. You guys might say that was just a Conference League, but for our players, most of them have never won anything before, so I think it's going to be helpful for them either way, just to have something to hold on to and move on to that next season. So yeah, I hope we make it out of the draw and we actually make it into the Conference League. And yeah, okay, so I couldn't talk for too much because like I said, I'm on holiday. And yeah, so that's all I have to say on that for now. In terms of the next video, I will be going to the Crystal Palace match this weekend on, I think it's on Sunday. Yeah, it's on Sunday. So yeah, I will see you guys for the vlog on Sunday. Once again, please subscribe. And yeah, also one more thing, thank you to all of the new subscribers. I've also had a lot of new followers on Twitter as well. Thank you to you guys as well. Thank you for supporting, thank you for sharing, thank you for being here. Just so that you know, like I said on Twitter, I don't do agendas. I just talk about how much I love Chelsea. Like, this is just my channel, it's just my ode to Chelsea basically. And once again, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, all of that. And yeah, see you guys next time for the vlog against Crystal Palace. Thanks so much for watching.